power of plasma. Plasma physics is an enormous part of the subfield of physics, with physical plasma existing in anything from metals in the earth to the upper atmospheres to different dimensions to inside the cells in our body, even in the water that we have inside of our body, connected to the stars that's inside the suns. This plasma is really important, and this plasma energy is what different dimensions, spirits, beings are using. And if you remember, I had told you about the heart, how the heart is actually a vortex that's using plasma. And the way that this is created, it's created through natural gold that's in the body. In its purest form, this gold is known as monoatomic gold. And this monoatomic gold, when it goes through the systems of inside the heart, which is a vortex, and then it mixes with the plasma that's inside the water that's inside the blood, and then it creates a flash of light. And this is how life is created, from this flash of light. That's why the heart is the first thing that's created. This plasma is very important through the whole universe, and it's used for certain things from weapons to telecommunications to time travel to human creations. It's connected to the spirit. The plasma is in all things, and this is connected over to disclosure projects. This is connected to the Great Awakening.
It could, if you're holding more love in your heart, again, that could affect the toroidal field. Because as I explained before, the heart creates an electromagnetic field based on the emotion it's feeling. If it's feeling fear, the toroidal field will contract. If it's feeling love, the toroidal field will expand, i.e. you're making more electromagnetic field if you're happy. And they said that essentially a person's consciousness is dictated by their DNA and by their soul contract. This was very interesting because I know this is a spiritual teacher, but I was wondering how they're going to link that to a technology. They said that the soul initiates certain events in a person's journey, which allows for the heart to open. And as the heart opens, which is the toroidal field, it pulls in light. And light is wisdom or consciousness. And as the consciousness is pulled into the energetic vessel of the person, i.e. the heart, then this can also activate the DNA, the spiritual DNA. And the DNA is like the memory bank or the storage center of your personal computer. So in human analogy, the computer would be your mind, your body, and your soul, or your conscious, subconscious, and superconscious levels of understanding. And they said the soul is the feeling, knowing, and all sensing part of a human being, a human's consciousness. So I said to them, so is the soul a person's intuition? And they said, no. They said the intuition is more based in the energetic layer of the chakra column or the chakra system, whereas the all-knowing is connected to the consciousness. So they're saying that consciousness is outside of us, coming in from the creator or whatever you understand to be above and around us, the quantum field, and that the intuition is something that is coming from the chakra system or the internal energy system. So I thought this was very interesting that they described it like that. So then I said, so how does the chakra system connect us to the human consciousness? And they said, this again is dictated by your level of light or wisdom, in your spiritual heart, and any subsequent activation of hidden knowledge, quantum knowledge, within your unique DNA helix. So I said, how does the toroidal energy field of the heart fit into all of this Q consciousness ID concept? And they said to me that the toroidal field expands away from the body depending on the amount of love which is being felt in the human vessel or the energetic being. So I said to them, so the toroidal field of the human heart is not just like the generator of the field, but it also dictates the expansion of the field. And they said, yes, no. They said the toroidal field of the human heart is dictated by many factors, which all equate to a total sum of love. This was very interesting because I know this, but I was interested to hear how they were teaching us. So I said, can you explain? And they said that love is the balance or total of many factors. They said, for example, actual physical or emotional or spiritual love can be felt on many levels, conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. And they said also you have the activation or healing of the chakra system based on how well you've dealt with your shadow side, your inner child, your inner healing, based on how and based on the progress you've made with that affects the amount of love that you hold. And they said the third thing was obviously the environment that you surround yourself with or find yourself in. So they were saying that love is the total of all of those factors: the environment you're in, how much shadow or healing work you've done, and the actual physical, spiritual, and emotional levels within your consciousness. Consciousness is of 3 levels. It's the consciousness that you hold in here, right here and now, the subconscious levels, and the superconscious levels, which is the spiritual aspects.